Very active Bengals defense here early on.
And the Lakers, we mentioned last night, Lakers not the best free throw shooting team in the league. They're only 7th in the SUNYAC, shooting 67.5% from the stripe. Joe Sullivan is going to have to make two. They're going to need to make every possession count against a Buff State team that really can just turn on the Jets at any point offensively.
Sullivan at the line for two, sinks his first to give the Lakers a 5-4 lead here. 17:20 to go in this first half of play. Sullivan at 68% on the season. Played just about a half last night. Leaves the second one short, almost got the rebound, but the Bengals are going to come out with it. Here's Holmes coming the other way. Charging in hard with his left, goes to the rim, but then kicks it back out to Frederick at the free throw line. He'll pull up for two, back rim no, and a defensive rebound for Quinn Carey.
Quinn Carey's going to be a player to watch down low. He's picked up 2 or 3 rebounds now just from sliding off his defender, moving into the zone. You got Cade Graham moving Tyler Pierre outside of the zone. So he's going to be someone to watch, maybe picking up some extra rebounder numbers and facilitating that fast break.
Pierre again down low, guarded by Grant. Has too much size, puts up the right hand and falls. Tyler Pierre with an early 6, and the Laker lead is 3.
He's taking advantage. Cade Grant's footwork is just not as advanced as Tyler Pierre's.
3-point attempt right there for Sheldon Adams with a hand in his face, no good. Sanborn coming the other way. Buffalo State working very quickly on offense every possession. Sanborn to Sullivan up top. Long pass over to Brandon Gartland. Here's Pierre. Backhand off to Gartland. Gartland trying to drive with the left on Grayer. Goes to the rim, puts up a floater off the rim, no good. Tipped up in the air, but grabbed by Sheldon Adams. And the Bengals come the other way. Adams still has it with his left, looking for Holmes, but he'll keep it. Lakers are in that man-to-man. A long two for Sheldon Adams with a foot on the line. It's good. He has all 6 for the Bengals. Their second leading scorer, 6th best in the conference. He averages 16 a game. And with 4 minutes into this first half, the Laker lead is 1.
Gartland adjusted his defense on him. He moved a little bit to the right, so he couldn't drive him right. He forced him left, and even with the force, he was still able to get the shot up and score that deep 2.
Sullivan was looking for Pierre, got it tipped and taken. Frederick on the other end for the Bengals. A wild layup hit the backboard, but nothing on the rim. Sanborn coming the other way for Oswego. Driving in, got it stripped from behind and out of play, and it'll stay with the Lakers. Kareem Hose will take a seat. Reniak Holloway will take his spot. Still haven't seen a shot from Dom Grayer. It's been all Sheldon Adams for the Bengals, trailing 7-6 here. Quinn Carey catches the inbounds pass from Liam Sanborn, but didn't get a shot he wanted. Carey had 16 last night for the Lakers. Here's Sanborn up top, and a bad foul right there by Sheldon Adams. Smacks the back of Quinn Carey's arm. It'll be the second foul on the Bengals, first on Sheldon Adams, and the Lakers will keep it on the side. Garland on the side inbound, 15:25 to go. Sanborn a little bit of a push off, no call. Screen to the right for Sanborn, looking for Carey. Carey got a little room, now he'll pull up for 3 over Adams. Front rim no, Carey 0 for his first 2, and a long rebound for Brandon Gartland to keep it with the Lakers. There's Sanborn, gets the screen to the left from Tyler Pierre, and now to the right. Sanborn hesitation, drive to the rim with his right hand. Bump, no foul, finishes underneath anyways, and it's 9-6 Lakers.
Sanborn has such a light touch when he goes up to the rim. You saw him hit that game-winning layup against Plattsburgh not too many games ago, and a lot of that is just because of that light touch he gets around the rim. He's able to adjust his body, get that shot up, despite taking contact from not just one, but sometimes multiple defenders. Really just has that touch inside.
And Sheldon Adams on the other end, another quick shot.
Another one with the touch inside.
An aggressive one-handed shot from just inside the free throw line, off the glass and in. It'll keep it a 1-point game. On the other end, here's Quinn Carey up top. Couple handoff for the Lakers. Bengals still in that man-to-man. Here's Gartland on the extended elbow. Sanborn down low. Now we'll bring it outside to the corner. Looking for Pierre. This is a harassing Bengals defense. Sanborn driving to his left. Kicks it out to Carey in the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Sullivan with his right. Gives it to Pierre for the slam.
And that's the Lakers offense that makes them #1 in the SUNYAC. The ball movement, finding the open man, and waiting for your shot, not forcing anything. That's what makes them the #1 offense in the SUNYAC.
Tyler Pierre, the first in the SUNYAC in shooting percentage, a quick 8 for the Lakers. It's 11-8. Here's Sheldon Adams. He'll pull up for another long 2. Left this one short off of Joe Sullivan's leg and out of play. Sheldon Adams with all 8 for the Bengals, and nothing stopping him from just continuing to shoot. They'll stay with Buff State underneath their own basket. 13:50 to go in the first half. Frederick will take a seat for the Bengals, and he'll be replaced by Jordan Christopher. So Frederick, the big 6'7" forward, will be replaced by a much shorter Christopher. The inbounds pass tipped by Quinn Carey. It'll go out of bounds in a tough spot for Buff State in the corner right in front of the Oswego bench. Still a full 30-second shot clock. Long inbounds outside to Dom Grayer. And it looks like the Lakers have switched to a zone now. So we'll see if the three start flying for Buff State. Lakers were in man-to-man to begin this one. Here's Grayer up top. Swings it over to Christopher. Back to Grayer. Had a little room. He'll take the three. No good. Off the side of the rim. Almost out of play. Saved by Quinn Carey, and the Lakers will bring it the other way. 13.5 to go in this first half.
That was a risky defensive possession. They left Dom Grayer a lot of room out there on that perimeter to score that shot, and he's lethal from out there.
On the other end, Sanborn found Pierre, who kicked it out to Gartland for an open three, but no good. Bengals coming the other way. Grayer hesitates on the three, goes to the rim, attacks Tyler Pierre, lays it up with the right and in to make it 11-10.
He was able to shake his defender and get inside early. Tyler Pierre still trying to tied up, with Kay Grant. He was able to slide over, but wasn't able to get his hand in Grayer's face enough.
Pierre up top now for the Lakers, looking for Sanborn. Holloway all over Sanborn every time he tries to go get the ball. There's bodies flying, but the ref's letting both sides play. Here's Pierre at the elbow. Handoff to the left for Quinn Carey. The pull-up two is good. Quinn Carey on the board for his first. It's 13-10 Oswego.
He really knows how to utilize his height. He's able to not only fade away, but just arch his back just enough to get those extra few inches over his defender. A jump shot like that may be routine for more normal people his size, but when you put a defender on him, he's able to just shake them and go up with it.
On the other end, a great move by Raniak Holloway. He'll lay it in after the pump fake got Tyler Pierre in the air. Keep it a one-point game now. Sanborn getting full pressure from Holloway, bringing it up with the right. Stops at the three-point line. Now crosses him over, goes to the rim with the right. Tried to look for Pierre, but a bad pass taken by Kay Grant. Bengals coming the other way looking for the lead. Grant fouled on the floor before the basket, and it'll stay underneath the hoop. The foul's on Joe Sullivan. Coach Leone not happy about something. It could be on that pass. Kind of a wild pass from Sanborn in the paint. We'll see our first look at Tim Marshall and Alan Darudovic as Carey and Sullivan will head to the bench.
Darudovic played a huge factor last night's game, just able to find himself all over the floor, playing great defense and viable offense. He was a threat for this Lakers team last night. If he shows up again today, he could be very valuable against a tough Buff State team.
Raniak Holloway took a shot, didn't get it to fall, loose ball and corralled by Kay Grant, but he was fouled by Tim Marshall. It'll stay underneath for Buff State. Under 12 to go in this first half. 13-12 Lakers. 8 from Tyler Pierre, 8 from Sheldon Adams. Holloway inbounding under his own basket. Here's Christopher on the fade, and he'll give the Bengals the one-point lead. Left Jordan Christopher wide open, and about a 10-foot shot. He hit that with ease. Buffalo State back in front now. Sanborn bringing it up. Pierre now looking for Darudovic. Wild pass. Darudovic corrals it with one arm, and here's Sanborn. The Bengals are not making anything easy, and we're going to get an offensive foul called, and it looks like actually they're giving it to Tim Marshall. I thought it was going to be Pierre, but it's on Marshall. So Tim had come in for about 30 seconds and commits 2 fouls, and that's big because he's a good guy the Lakers use off the bench, a scoring threat, and now he'll have to sit. The Bengals have the 1-point lead, and now the ball 11.5 to go. Bengals team that gave Oswego one of their harder games of this season back on December 7th, and they're bringing it right here to today as well. Here's Jordan Christopher again on a 2-point basket. This one no good. Tipped up by the new man, Bo Sarica, who just checked in for Tim Marshall, and he'll get the rebound.
Sarica's quick. He uses his lanky body to get all over the court in very quick amount of time. There he was able to tip the rebound. Looked like a clear Buff State rebound. He was able to get a hand in there, kept his speed moving towards the ball, was able to come up with it for the Lakers.
Haven't seen Brandon Gartland score yet for the Lakers. He'll take a 2 right there, try to bank it in. No, but he was fouled. He'll go to the line.
Good pump fake. Got the defender to bite. Defender went up with it, and he was able to just lean in a little bit. He was able to draw the contact, get the free throws up. It's a good offensive possession.
And while Tim Marshall was in, we didn't get the chance to mention he did lead the way for the Lakers last night. 13 guys scored, but Marshall 17 to lead Oswego 5 3-pointers. He's a threat off the bench offensively, and he's a good defender. Garland hits his first free throw to tie this game at 14. And Marshall with a couple quick fouls. He'll have to sit probably until halftime. And now Louis Fadulo will check in for the Lakers, and he'll take over for Pierre. So a real interesting lineup here. Not one that I can recall seeing besides yesterday's game in a blowout. It's Fadulo, Darudovic, Sarika, and then the two remaining starters, Brandon Garland and Liam Sanborn.
Liam Sanborn and Brandon Garland lead the team in minutes. Both of them have played the most minutes by far on the entire Lakers squad. So that makes sense that Leon is entrusting them to lead this group of reserves against a very lethal offensive Buffalo State team.
Garland hits both at the line to give the Lakers the 1-point lead. On the other end, going with a wild hook shot, no good, getting his own rebound, but Darudovic is going to be able to come out with it for the Lakers and get a timeout right in front of their bench. The first called by either side. That was Ahmad Thomas on the hook shot for the Bengals, who have been using a lot of bench players here early on. It is given a timeout to the Lakers, so we'll take a stop here. 10:42 to go in this first half. Oswego 15, Buff State 14. Let's mention Joe Sullivan here. He's not out there right now, but his game last night, if you didn't tune in for most of that game, not his best effort, but luckily it was for Donia, and Oswego was able to, really use anybody else last night. It was just never really close, but Sullivan had 3 first-half fouls, and then in about 2 minutes into that second half, he did take a charge, didn't like the call, had some words for the ref, and got a tee, and he was ejected. So we're expecting a big game out of him this afternoon, given that he's rested, and he was angry after last night's game.
Yeah, he definitely might come out and have something to prove. Couple maybe questionable calls last night that led to his tossing from the game, but hey, like you said, fresh body, fresh legs. That's something this Lakers team could use against the Buffalo State team that clearly just has an insane amount of energy coming into today's game.
Speaking of the energy, the Bengals come out in a full court press. Sanborn underneath looking for Fadulo, but it was stripped and taken. Coming the other way, the Bengals trailing by 1. 10:20 to go in this first half. Sheldon Adams on the crossover is going to get a body foul called on Liam Sanborn, his first. 4th for the Lakers after they had 0 just a couple minutes ago. Tom Grayer not currently out there for the Bengals. Their leading scorer, Sheldon Adams, is on the floor. He leads the way with 8 for Buffalo State, trailing by 1. Quick inbounds pass, no good off the back rim for Jordan Christopher. A rebound for Darudovic, and Sanborn will bring it up. Sanborn now guarded by Kareem Holmes, still man-to-man for the Bengals. Darudovic up top, guarded by Christopher. Swung over to Garland on the extended elbow. Down low to Sanborn on the baseline. Underneath the hoop, hesitates, goes up, got fouled, basket didn't go, and Sanborn will go to the line for 2.
Good patience again, waiting underneath the basket, knowing at some point one of the players is bound to jump. He was just waited for the contact, able to go up with it. Almost looked like he could have it, just didn't have the correct angle off the glass.
So it'll be 2 shots for Sanborn. 70% free throw shooter, and we mentioned him last night. Maybe the most important Laker all around, defensively and offensively. As he hits his first free throw in conference play, Sanborn 13 points a game, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He can just do it all. Leads the Suniacs in assists at 110. Gives the Lakers a 2-point advantage here with 10 minutes to go in that first half. He'll sink his second as well, so the Lakers now lead it by 3. Kareem Holmes will bring it up on the other end. 9:50 to go. Sheldon Adams takes a long 3. No contest from Sanborn. Back rim up. Still loose and taken by Jordan Christopher, and the Bengals will keep the ball.
Lakers are missing Tyler Pierre's presence on the offensive glass here. It's allowing the Bengals to get in and corral a lot of these shots that would normally go his way. There's another one.
Kareem Holmes driving to the right. Nice touch off the glass. Got it to fall. It'll make it a 1-point game. The Bengals not letting the Lakers breathe at all here scoreboard-wise. Here's Sanborn moving to his right, guarded by Holmes. Gets a screen to the left from Fadulo. Wants a 3 with a hand in his face, nothing but net, and the Laker lead is 4.
You said it before, he's really the Lakers' Swiss Army knife. He can do everything well. He may not do it always at the most consistent level, but Sanborn can do everything well, and it just shows from Leon's faith in him.
Sheldon Adams on the other end, a layup no good with a lot of pressure. Defensive rebound for Darudovic. The Lakers will look to extend their lead. 9 minutes to go, they lead it by 4 with a chance to make it even bigger. It's their biggest lead of the night right now. Sanborn out of nowhere has a quick 7 after that 3. Gets a screen to the right from Fadulo. Step back, picked up his dribble, finds Garland. 10 on the shot clock. Another screen from Fadulo. Gartland driving in with his left hand. Goes right up against Thomas. No foul call. Loose ball picked up by Darudovic. And his step back off the back rim. No. Adams will bring it up the other way. Bounce pass to Holmes. Driving right to the rim. No foul called. Rolls off the front of the rim. No good. Offensive rebound. Christopher. No good. And the Lakers battling each other for the rebound will keep the ball. Wild sequence right there.
Great defensive energy from Brandon Garland. We watched him hustle from one end of the floor right to the other to defend that possession. A lot of that thanks to him, that shot not going in.
Sanborn wants another three after the screen. Got hit in the basket.
What a shot. Took the hand in his face and the contact. Now we have a 4-point play on our hands.
Liam Sanborn, back-to-back triples, got hit, and that one's still nothing but net. He has been scorching from behind the arc as of late. We saw him drop 20 Tuesday night against Potsdam. He was real good last night as well, just didn't need as many minutes as usual, making a quick impact here in the first half. He's got 10 to lead the Lakers.
And Coach Leone, he's always been someone to rely on his his seniors. He's always relied on his upperclassmen to lead his team. They've always been a good team these last few years. Liam Sanborn comes in last year, plays every game as a freshman. This year as a sophomore, he's handed the keys to the offense, and he has just been absolutely phenomenal, stepping in as the role of elite playmaker for this Lakers squad.
Tyler Pierre is going to check back into the game for Fadulo. Sanborn's free throw back rim, front rim, no good. It'll keep it a 7-point game here with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Quickly the other way, Kareem Holmes steps, lost the ball. It was tipped up and corralled by Liam Sanborn. Pierre had a hand in there to get rid of it. Sanborn on the other end. A layup, he's fouled. Didn't get it to go, but he'll go back to the line for 2 more.
And even on that play, his offensive awareness is on display. He saw K. Grant coming up behind him after he turned the ball over thanks to Tyler Pierre's reach. And he waited for him to come in and was just able to corral the ball enough to get it up and absorb the contact, not just from him, but the defender in front of him.
Sanborn's first free throw is good. 7:56 to go. We're going to get a timeout by the Bengals. Just as Darudovic was going to head out, and he was going to be replaced by Quinn Carey, but they'll take a quick break here in between free throws for Sanborn. It's an 8-point Laker lead, 7:56 to go in the first half. Tyler Pierre had a quick 8 out of the gate for the Lakers. Took a seat, but he's now back out there. But Sanborn has started to take over with the key scorer, Quinn Carey, taking a nice break. We saw Sarica and Fadulo in there for a good bit. Kind of a surprise, but Coach Leone looks like it's going to work out for him fine as the 8-point lead right now.
And the Lakers, they seem to be doing well so far. The Buffalo State Bengals have only shot below 40% from field goal range all year 3 times. None of those games were against the Lakers, and all 3 of those games came losses. If the Lakers can limit them to below 40% field goal lower than 40% field goal shooting, again, they may have a chance to blow this game out and open early on. Right now we're watching an 8-point lead, but that's not much for the Buffalo State Bengals. They can come out and limit that lead right back down. They're a 3-point shooting team. The Lakers can step on the gas here and continue making good defensive possessions, getting some steals, getting some good rim protection at the rim. They can blow this game open.
They definitely have a chance right here. Sanborn will go to the line for 1 more after this timeout. Liam with 11 now, really out of nowhere. Thanks to 2 3-point baskets. He's been hitting those right off the screen. He'll just take a quick step to his left and pull up, and they've been money as of late. He'll just keep doing it. It's Quinn Carey, Brandon Garland, Tyler Pierre, Liam Sanborn, and Alan Darudovic. Tall lineup out there for the Lakers. Sanborn's second free throw left it short off the front rim. A rebound by K. Grant, and the Bengals will come the other way, trailing by 8. Here's Holloway. Had room on a 3, didn't take it. Drives in with his left hand, goes up, layup, no good off the backboard. And the rim tipped out of the hands of Pierre, but out of play, and it'll go back to Oswego.
K. Grant got his hand in there, was able to poke the ball out of Pierre's hand. That's what facilitated almost the turnover for Buffalo State. They just weren't able to corral it in time.
Sanborn walking it up. This is a offense for the Bengals that averages 83 a game, but the best defense in the SUNYAC, holding them in check so far. 2-3 zone now for the Bengals after man-to-man in the beginning. Gartland up top, finds Sanborn with 10 on the shot clock. Back to Gartland. Have Quinn Carey on the other side. Didn't get enough room to pull up for 3. He's dribbling out with 5 on the shot clock. Gartland down to Pierre. He'll take it up with 2, but They're going to blow it dead for a travel. He was able to finish, but a travel's called before. Basket doesn't count. It'll go back to the Bengals. Holloway will bring it up. 7:10 to go. Oswego 24, Buff State 16. The Lakers looking to keep their undefeated SUNYAC record going at 10-0 right now, looking for win number 11. Dom Grayer driving in. The leading scorer for the Bengals has just 2 points, but he gets that floater to fall. We'll see if he starts to get going here for Buff State because they need him if they want a chance here tonight. Sanborn crosses half court. Looks like the Bengals are going to stay in that zone. Quinn Carey in the corner. Find Tyler Pierre. Looking for Quinn Carey. Almost deflected by Adams, but the Lakers will keep it. Garland at the elbow. Finds Rudovic on the quick pass. Baseline. Couldn't finish underneath. Tipped up and no. Grabbed by K. Grant. Adams will bring it up. Guarded by Garland at half court. Still driving with his left. Pierre at the basket will get up. Shot no good off the backboard. Still loose. It touches Sheldon Adams as he's sitting out of bounds.
That at least would have been a kick ball violation had he not been out of bounds. Use his feet to stop that one.
Coach Leone really not happy at someone, not sure who. He's not happy about the rebounding. And Joe Sullivan will come in for Drudovic. So the starting five for the Lakers back out there. Dylan Ramovic will come in for the Bengals. He'll replace Sheldon Adams. 6:20 to go in the first half. Sanborn brings it up for the Lakers. Here's Garland. They'll trap him right outside the elbow. Sanborn into the corner. Here's Sullivan. He'll drive in with his right. Garland with a wide open free throw jumper. Nothing but net. And the Laker lead is 8.
One thing this Lakers defense does very well is they break down zone defenses quick. They move the ball around enough to find the open man, and at that point the zone defense is breaking down. Players are scrambling to find their man at that point, and that's when the Lakers really use their peak offensive ability to score the ball.
Cameron Frederick couldn't hit. Here's Brandon Gartland on the other end. Wide open three, no good off the left side of the rim. Dom Grayer will bring it up the other way. Big chance right there for the Lakers. They couldn't take advantage of. Grayer lost the ball. Sanborn may have gotten a piece of it on the crossover. Lakers don't have numbers, so Sanborn will slow things down. It's a much high extended zone. Garland on the other end. The layup on the floater. No charge or block called as K. Grant hits the deck, and the Lakers have their biggest lead at 10.
Listen, that's a good no call. K. Grant has the definitive size advantage over Brandon Gartland. That definitely didn't look like there was too much contact. He was definitely set, but no need for a call there. Great no call by the refs.
Cameron Frederick up top, guarded by Joe Sullivan. Not a lot of threes from the Bengals like we thought we'd see. K. Grant backing in on Tyler Pierre. Pierre goes up with the defense. Didn't get a hand, but did enough to get that shot not to fall for Grant. Lakers coming the other way. 5 minutes to go. And this Bengals offense in a bit of a spurt here. Sullivan in the corner. Ball is grabbed. It'll be a jump ball and go back to Buff State. Very quick call right there by the referee. Joe Sullivan not happy about it.
Good idea not to act on it. Save the foul trouble, just in case.
It was 17-6, and then all of a sudden the Buffalo State offense kind of stopped. It was 17-6 Lakers, and they're now on an 11-2 run, and Holloway's going to call an abrupt timeout out of nowhere.
It looks like some more miscommunication from this Buffalo State team. It looked like he wanted a screen, and K. Grant was a little confused as to where the play was going, so timeout maybe needed to talk things over for the Bengals. Down double-digit deficit might be what's needed.
Bengals don't have much of an offense right now at all, and they're trying to figure it out. We have not seen many threes at all. We thought we'd see a lot more. This is a team tied with Oswego, first in three-point shooting percentage in the conference, but they've only taken 3 here tonight, and they have yet to hit one. The big thing for the Lakers in every game is rebounds. Last night they dominated in Fredonia in every category, and they most importantly double them up in rebounds, and that was really a big reason why that game was never close. We saw Tuesday night when Potsdam was here. Oswego lost the rebounding margin, and that game was a lot closer than it probably should have been, but tonight they lead it early on by 2. It's a tall Buff State team, and they are aggressive, but we're back in action here. Ramovic will inbound it to Grayer. And here's Holmes up top, back to Grayer, guarded by Liam Sanborn. A screen from K. Grant. Sanborn all over the leading scorer, Dom Grayer. Here's Frederick. He'll take a contested 3 right over Joe Sullivan. No good. Bengals 0 for 4 now from three-point land. 28-18, 4.5 to go in this first half of play. The Lakers lead it by 10.
Doing what they do best. They're defending that three-point line, limiting what the possessions that the Buffalo State Bengals can get. They have to bring it inside and work for their buckets. They can't just shoot from 3 like they do against other opponents against this Lakers defense.
Quinn Carey got a good look from 3, but in and out. Buffalo State coming the other way. Here's Holmes, step back three. He wants it, and it just rolls home, hit the rim, the backboard, and then sat on the rim for a minute, and then finally falls down, the first of the night for the Bengals, and that'll trim the lead to 7. Here's Gartland on the other end, finds Quinn Carey in the corner. Sanborn hesitates on the three, brings it in. Now into the paint, takes the floater because they gave it to him, but it couldn't fall. Off the rim and grabbed by Dom Grayer. Bengals with a chance here, trailing by 7. Coming the other way, Holmes looking for Ramovich, finds Grayer. Step back on Sanborn, now crosses up and goes to the rim. The right hand blocked by Liam Sanborn off of Joe Sullivan and out of bounds. What a play by Liam Sanborn to swat the shot away from Dom Grayer. It'll stay with the Bengals.
He stayed on him the whole time. His feet did not leave Grayer's feet. They matched up step for step, every step of that play.
It'll be an inbound underneath the basket. 3:32 to go in the first half. 17 on the shot clock for the Bengals here. Chance to trim it to 5, possibly 4. Here's underneath Dom Grayer. I don't know how he got that ball on the baseline or how he was able to put it in, but it trims the Laker lead down to 5. 5 unanswered now by Buffalo. 3:20 to go. Garland on the extended elbow. Sanborn open up top, skips it over to Sullivan. Just able to keep that ball in his hands. Now bounce pass to Quinn Carey in the corner. Carey has still yet to hit a 3. Garland at the free throw line. Hesitates on K. Grant, and now they're going to blow it dead for a travel. The Lakers now a little out of whack offensively, and Buffalo State with a real chance to get back to one possession here, trailing by 5 with 3 minutes to go.
These are the possessions that matter most when you're down by a double-digit deficit. When you get a 50-50 ball like that where you may not have necessarily done anything on defense, but you're rewarded with the ball, that's when you like to make an offensive possession happen because that's free points.
Cameron Frederick up top, guarded by Joe Sullivan. Sullivan stripped it away and took it from him. Coming the other way, a 2-on-2 with Gartland and a push on Kareem Holmes, resulting in Joe Sullivan being pushed out of bounds, and it'll be blown dead. Bad strip right there if you're Frederick. A great play by Sullivan. He just took it out of the hands. Frederick will be subbed out as he's not happy with himself on the bench, replaced by Jordan Christopher. 2:48 to go in the first half. Joe Sullivan to the free throw line. It should be a 1-and-1, but the ref is saying 2 shots. Sullivan at 68% from the line on the season. His first shot is good. The Laker lead now back to 6. Quinn Carey's got a couple open looks tonight. He's only taken 2 threes. And if you're Buffalo State, you got to be happy with that, but you're going to know that this guy will break out eventually, so they have to take advantage while the Lakers' leading scorer is held to just 2 points.
Their defense has limited him from beyond the arc, but if he gets a good catch-and-shoot rhythm going, he can just catch fire right away. There isn't a slowdown. Isn't a time to slow down for these guys.
Dom Grayer backing in. Here's K. Grant underneath on Tyler Pierre. Great D from Pierre. Ball's no good, and a blatant foul on Dom Grayer, just bear hugging Liam Sanborn. He somehow has an argument with the ref. I don't know how, but Sanborn will head to the line. He'll take the 1-and-1. So 2.5 to go in this first half of play, and the Lakers are just going to take all the free throws they can get here on a bad foul right there by Dom Grayer.
Yeah, you can't drape yourself over the body of the guy with the ball there. That's an easy foul call for any ref to make. You got to keep your arms up straight or at least out to your side. If you drape him over the defender even a little bit, ref's immediately going to call that. It's automatic contact, excuse me.
So Grayer will take a seat. He'll be replaced by Sheldon Adams. Adams had the first 8 for the Bengals, their second leading scorer, but he has not scored since. Sanborn for the 1-and-1. His first free throw is good. Sanborn comes into the game at 70%. He's now got a team-leading 12 for the Lakers. A career-high 20 on Tuesday night. Second free throw for Sanborn, also good. Make it 13, and the Laker lead is back to 9. Here's Holmes coming up the other way for Buffalo. Swings it in the corner, Jordan Christopher. He wants a long 2 with no pressure on him, and we're going to get a foul on the floor. It looks like it's on Tyler Pierre. Didn't see it from here. The shot was in the air, but it'll stay with the Bengals. Holmes will inbound underneath the basket. It's just Pierre's first. The Lakers have 5 team fouls. Tim Marshall, the only man with 2 for the Lakers. Here's Ramovich underneath, spinning on Brandon Garland off the glass, halfway down and no good. Joe Sullivan, the rebound for the Lakers. And Sanborn will walk it up. Just over 2 minutes to go. Long pass to Quinn Carey in the corner. Didn't get a shot off in time. Sullivan now Sanborn open, but they go back to Carey. He wants his first three of the night. Finally gets it to fall, and the Laker lead is 12.
Now is when you get worried, because if he's hitting that shot with the defender in his face, you know he's going to start hitting him open. You better get a body on him and quick if you're Buffalo State. You don't want this lead to get out of hand. We saw what happens when a lead gets out of hand last night against Fredonia.
One of the best three-point shooters in the country, Quinn Carey, hits his first of the night. K. Grant backing in on Tyler Pierre. Great D by Pierre. Better offense by K. Grant. Not much you can do right there. Grant lays it in. 90 seconds to go in the first half. The Laker lead is 10.
Able to use his shoulder to push Pierre back. Able to get his right arm up. Some classic post offense there from K. Grant.
Here's Sanborn on the offensive end, guarded by Kareem Holmes. Gets a screen from Tyler Pierre. The step back two off the elbow. He hit the deck, no foul called. Basket no good. Rebound Sheldon Adams. Coming the other way, guarded by Sanborn. Crosses half court. Hesitates on a two, finds Grant. Bad pass underneath. No need for that. Taken by Joe Sullivan. Sanborn, swing pass to Carey. He wants another three. No good. Look good from here, but it rolls off the front of the rim. Rebound for Brandon Gartland, and the Lakers reset. Sanborn now up top. Looking for Carey again. Sheldon Adams read it the whole way and took it away. 3-on-1 for the Bengals. A bounce pass. Foul by Joe Sullivan. Basket counts and one.
You can't be mad at that play if you're Coach Leone. Joe Sullivan hustled all the way down the court. Yeah, he got the contact. He didn't alter the shot that much, but the hustle was there to stop the defensive effort. It stinks that their opponents are going to get the extra point, but you can't be mad at that hustle there. Not at all.
It'll be Jordan Christopher at the line for the Bengals. He's only taken 6 free throws this year. He's hit 5 of them, and he hits that one as well to trim the Laker lead down to 7. Huge play for Buff State right there. Under a minute to go in this first half of play. The Lakers have still yet to lose, and Buffalo State actually 3-4 on the road, and just 1-7 at home. Sanborn will get a screen from Pierre. Now with the free throw line, goes up with the right. Nobody picked him up. K. Grant just stood there and watched, and Sanborn takes the free 2 points, and he's got 15.
Sanborn's favorite chips has to be Lay's.
And the Laker lead is 9. 25 to go in this first half. Shot clock and game clock about 3 seconds apart, so the Bengals will probably get the last shot. Kareem Holmes is dribbling up top. Shot clock now at 10, game clock at about 13. Sheldon Adams has 8. He's on the extended elbow. Here's Christopher driving in with his left, has nothing. 3 on the shot clock. He pulls up on a 2, got it to go. Almost left, stays in. Quinn Carey with a full court shot that does not go, and that'll end the first half of play. So not the best offensive possession to end that half if you're the Bengals, but they still get 2 points out of it. And they're going to go into halftime trailing by 7 after one half of play. It's Oswego 37 and Buff State 30. Good half. We knew it was going to be an exciting half, but the Bengals offensively held to just 30 points, which is surprising because the first time these two met, they had the lead at halftime. They had 42, and this is a team that averages 83 a game, held to just 30 points. It just shows the Lakers' defensive presence.
And, I mean, when you look at the field goal numbers, both teams have made similar amounts of shots, but Oswego shooting almost 50% from the field, and they've limited Buffalo State below 40%. And as I mentioned earlier, Buffalo State's only shot below 40% 3 times this season, and in all 3 games they've lost. So if Oswego can continue this level of defense moving forward, they have a real chance here at coasting right to the end of this game, holding this 7-point lead.
Sanborn led the way for the Lakers. He had 15, including 5 from the free throw line, couple threes. Quinn Carey had just 5 in that first half, but hit his first 3 right before the break. The Lakers lead this one by 7. Sheldon Adams led the way for the Bengals in that first half with 8 that he scored in the first couple minutes. And then Jordan Christopher was able to have 7 as well for the Bengals. That'll do it for the first half. We're going to take a quick break. I send it to Cole back in the studio. You're listening to Oswego Men's Basketball on WNYO Radio, the Laker Radio Network.
problem. Going on with 10 minutes left until there's 4 minutes left.
Yackle texted me. He said, nice joke on the Lays.
Going out at 8 now. 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Yeah. Until 6 minutes.
Unless it changes.
So we're in the 4 minutes.
He said we were. Oh yeah, he said we're just staying out for like 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
We're back in here inside Maxfield Gymnasium. You're listening to Oswego men's basketball on WNYO. I'm Brian Carroll, and alongside me, Derek Hempstead. Just about 3 minutes out from getting the second half underway. After the first half, the Lakers took down the Buff State Bengals in that first half, 37-30. A good Buff State team coming in, averaging 83 a game, but the Lakers have held them to just 30 points in that first half. Sheldon Adams led the way for the Bengals, and Liam Sanborn led the way for the Lakers. A couple things that stuck out. The Lakers, 10 of 13 at the free throw line. Not a team that goes to the line a lot, nor makes a lot, as much as they did. They're a 67% free throw shooting team at the line, but they shot 77% in that first half, 10 of 13 compared to just one Bengals free throw, so that's a big difference in that first half. And the three-pointers for both sides. The Lakers hitting just 3 of 9 in that first half, and the Bengals just 1 of 5. These two teams tied for first in the SUNYACs with 39% from behind the arc. So those two things sticking out. Big reasons why the Lakers have just a 7-point lead here, but a real chance to open this thing up. How can the Lakers, Derek, just end this one early on here in the second half? They didn't get – the biggest lead was 12. They didn't pull away for very long. What do they got to do?
They got to keep their defensive possessions intact. When you look at something that stood out to me at halftime was when I look at the usage percentage, Sheldon Adams and Dom Grayer, when we came in today, we were talking about how Buffalo State needs to run their offense through these two guys. These two guys are electric. They shoot the ball incredibly well. We mentioned Dom Grayer leading the SUNYAC at three-point percentage, almost shooting 50%. But both of their usage percentage are not the top one. The Buffalo State's been running their offense through Jordan Christopher a lot today. So they may need to switch it up and move through them, but Oswego's been defending those two incredibly well. I mentioned earlier, Brandon Garland's been defending Sheldon Adams a lot today. In every possession since Sheldon Adams scored those first quick 6 points for Buffalo State, they've been pushing him left, and he has been pretty much deemed, I don't want to say useless, but they've neutralized him for the most part and held him to very limited scoring compared to what he's had in the past. Dom Grayer, same thing. They've limited his scoring because they've moved him away from those zones where he's most comfortable. They've edged him off the three-point line. They've pushed him inside, and when he gets inside, he has to deal with guys who are bigger than him, and Tyler Pierre and Joe Sullivan, and these guys are crowding the lane because you have the bigger guys like Kay Graham, on Buffalo State also on the inside. So it's harder for a smaller guy like him to find space when Oswego's doing everything correctly in the way they're defending these two guys.
Yeah, they really have shut down the two guys that are 5th and 6th in the SUNYACs in scoring points per game. Also Cameron Frederick, who had team high 18 in the game over Brockport last week on Tuesday night when Buffalo took down the upset of the Golden Eagles in Brockport. Frederick had 18 in that game in just 19 minutes, but 0 for 4 tonight, and he has not scored. As Derek mentioned, Jordan Christopher was big in that first half, a guy we didn't expect to see. Sheldon Adams really came out on fire, and it looked like he was going to have a huge night. He had the first 8 for the Bengals, but hasn't scored since. See if Quinn Carey can get it going. He had just 1 3 in that first half as a guy who normally hits about 4 or 5 a game at least. He had 7 the first time these two met, so not really the same game by any means from when these two met the first time around, except the halftime advantage, 7. First time was the Bengals, this time the Lakers, 37-30. As we're just about set to get going here in the second half. The Lakers are going to have their starting 5 on the court. It'll be Sanborn, Gartland, Carey, Pierre, and Joe Sullivan. Tyler Pierre had 8 early on for the Lakers, 8 of their first 11. He had 22 the first time these two met, but he has not scored since, so him and Sheldon Adams, who both had a quick 8 out of the gate for both sides, held in check for the rest of that first half.
Buff State did a good job of limiting Tyler Pierre on the glass as well. He only had 3 rebounds in the first half, none of them offensively, and he is just an offensive rebounding threat all times throughout the game. So Buffalo State can do more of that. They may be able to catch up.
We'll see as we're back underway. Brandon Garland up top. Quinn Carey here, guarded by Sheldon Adams. Down back to Tyler Pierre. This is what they did in the beginning. Guarded by Kay Grant. Back out to Carey. Wants a 3 with a hand in his face. And it's a 10-point Laker lead as it's good for Quinn Carey. His second of the night. He's got 8. Kareem Holmes up top for the Bengals. Trying to get Kay Grant to work down low on Tyler Pierre here. Back to Holmes underneath. Couldn't corral it at first. Got it back. Posting up on Quinn Carey. The handoff now to Kay Grant. His wild shot and a bailout foul called on Quinn Carey. Nobody saw it except the referee. Questionable call. It looked like Grant was a little out of control and just threw the ball up, but he'll go to line for 2.
Carey looked a little unsteady in his footwork. He looked like he was moving back off of him. He initiated the contact, but didn't look like he was set enough to draw any sort of no call. So I may not agree with the call, but I think the refs are going to get away with that one.
Grant's first free throw hits the back rim, no good. The Bengals took just one free throw in that first half. They hit it. Grant just a 61% free throw shooter. It is a starting five for the Bengals as well. Grant, Frederick, Grayer, Adams. As the second free throw is good. 1 of 2 at the line, and so is Kareem Holmes out there, the fifth man for the Bengals. Be full court man-to-man press. They're harassing Liam Sanborn, but he's going to get it handoff here from Garland and bring it up, crossing half court. Handoff here to Quinn Carey. Laker lead by 9. Garland back to Carey. Wants another three for his second of the half. No good. Off the side of the rim. Could have been an over-the-back called on Frederick. They let it go. Here's Frederick on the other end. The Euro around Garland. Floater no good, and a rebound for Joe Sullivan. Sanborn bringing it up now. Has Garland to his left, Sullivan to his right. Double screen from Pierre and Sullivan. He'll go on to Pierre's right side. Trying to drive in. The step back floater, 2, no good. Hit nothing. Loose ball will go out of bounds, and they're going to say it's staying with the Lakers. Sanborn led the way for the Lakers in that first half with 15. Set a career-high 20 on Tuesday night against Potsdam. He took 7 free throws, hit 5 of them. He also hit 2 threes. 10 on the shot clock now for the Lakers. Sullivan driving in with his right on Frederick. Underneath the hoop. Has no angle. Still gets it up and in.
Great way to use your pivot foot there. Stopping on a dime, moving back, losing his defender, and able to go back up on the side that he just came from. It's a great use of your pivot foot. You don't see that often.
18-20 to go in the game now. The Laker lead is 11. Their biggest of the day has been 12. It was only for a split second. Here's K. Grant underneath. The right-hand hook shot left it short. Good rebound, Tyler Pierre. Those two have been battling all afternoon.
Pierre's been
Sanborn with a long outlet to Gartland on the wing. Hesitates, drives into the rim, up and under, fouled by Grant, and Gartland will go to the line for 2. This is something we haven't seen a lot from the Lakers this season, but they're just going right to the rim and getting fouls called. A team that relies so much on the three-pointers. Going to the free throw line a lot, as Joe Sullivan appears to have hurt something. We'll see, he's fine maybe. Gartland will take his first free throw at halfway down and out.
I think he may have just been adjusting his knee sleeve.
Garland has 6 for the Lakers. His second free throw good as well, to give him 7 in the Laker lead. Once again tied for the biggest of the afternoon at 12. Holmes bringing it up, guarded by Quinn Carey as the Lakers have gone between man and zone, but they're back into the man right here. Pass to Frederick outside. Here's Grayer. Back up top to Holmes. Hesitates on Carey. Gets him in the air. Drives in with the right hand. Layup off the rim. No good. Smacked out of bounds off of Grant. They're going to say it last hit Quinn Carey. It'll stay with the Bengals.
Lakers continuing to just play great defense. Whether they use their zone or they utilize man defense, they're staying right on the people who they know are most lethal with the ball and causing them to try and feed it inside. And Graham, like I mentioned earlier, has just been less than effective going up against Tyler Pierre today.
Here's Sheldon Adams on a long 2 with Pierre in his face. No good off the back rim, and a good rebound for Liam Sanborn. Bringing it up, looking for Gartland, but he'll stay with it. Pulls up for a wide open 3. Nobody come to get him, and he hits it. His third of the afternoon, and the Lakers lead it by 15.
Yeah, Buffalo State's head coach is right to be a little annoyed by that. You leave him open on that when he just comes up for the 3. He has sank him just about every time we've seen it happen.
A loose ball on the other end. Bodies all over the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with the Bengals. Sanborn's third 3 of the afternoon, a perfect 3 for 3. He was 4 for 4 on Tuesday night. Nobody came to guard him, and he just took it. He now has 18 for the Lakers, 2 shy of his career high. 17-19 to go in this one. The Bengals with their largest deficit of the afternoon. K. Grant underneath on Pierre. The double help from Sullivan. Grant puts up a shot, hit nothing. Rebound for Brandon Gartland. He'll find Sanborn crossing half court. Man-to-man for the Bengals. Sanborn up top. Bounce pass to Sullivan. Driving right. Got a little help from Pierre. A little bump. No foul call. Goes up to the basket. Off the backboard and rim. No good. And a rebound for K. Grant.
One thing Tyler Pierre is so great at is timing his double jump. Right there. He was able to get the tip.
And on the other end, Cameron Frederick driving to the basket. Looked like an easy charge call, but they're going to go ahead and say it's a block on Brandon Gartland.
He must have been dragging his feet. That could be the only reason I see calling a block there. He must have still been dragging his feet. Must not have been completely set.
Both refs had blown the whistle, but the one ref said it was a block, not a charge. Frederick will go to the line for 2.
As I was saying before the charge, Tyler Pierre, one thing he does so well is time that double jump. And that's why he's so effective on the offensive glass. If he goes up with his own shot, he's able to come back down and spring right back up and go up and corral that rebound before Buffalo State has time to process, okay, now it's time for me to go up and get that rebound. He's already in the air. Those extra inches from just jumping right away really helps.
So Frederick at the line, 2 of 2 on the season, just his 7th game. What we didn't notice on that blocking call was the basket did go for Frederick, so it's a 3-point play and it's a 12-point game. Frederick's got his first 3 points of the night. 46-34, the Lakers lead this one 16:40 to go. Quinn Carey up top, here's Brandon Garland. The Bengals are back into their zone. Sanborn at the elbow, into the paint now. Skip pass over to Garland for an open corner 3. In and out, off the backboard and stays out. Cameron Frederick the rebound for Buff State, and he'll bring it up the other way, finding Dom Grayer. Grayer 17 points a game for the Bengals, has just 6 here tonight. A 3 here for Kareem Holmes, that one halfway down and out. Sanborn coming the other way. I don't know if that's the shot the Bengals really wanted on that possession.
I don't think it was. I think the Lakers are good at forcing them out of their offensive sets, and they cause them to take shots that maybe look a little desperate because they're looking to try and crawl back into this game.
Sanborn with a nice pass underneath the Pierre, and they're going to get a foul called. Could have been on either one of K. Grant or Cameron Frederick. It is on K. Grant. It's his 3rd. So in this zone, the Lakers are putting Liam Sanborn at the elbow and letting him either attack the paint or kick it out to any open guy. The Lakers have had a couple options. K. Grant will take a seat now for the Bengals. Zion Guzman-Milton will take over. Lakers inbounding underneath their own basket. Here's Sanborn up top. Under 16 to go in this one. The Lakers lead it by 12. Garland back to Sanborn. Driving in with his left hand in the paint. Kicks it out to Garland. He'll take another 3 here. This one open. This one falls. Garland, just like Quinn Carey, you can't let him take too many because he's going to hit the open ones. Sinks that one. And the Lakers back up by 15 now. Dom Grayer driving in. Step back 2. Looked like a piece may have been gotten by Brandon Garland. Loose ball picked up by Tyler Pierre.
Yeah, he had been a second quicker. Brandon Garland was on that fast break. There could have been an easy 2 points there for Oswego.
Sanborn on the other end, drives in, kicks it out again. Garland wants another 3. Got another 3. And the Lakers have blown this one open. It's an 18-point game.
The Lakers are so good at being patient on offense. They're so good at letting their flow come to them. We have a timeout now from Buff State, probably well-timed. So great at letting their flow come to them, their rhythm come to them, and then they finally explode. And we're seeing it again here. They let the flow come to Brandon Garland. They're not letting him force shots. Liam Sanborn's penetrating the offense, getting inside and playing a little in-and-out game, sending it right back out. The defense is collapsing, and that's what's allowing Brandon Garland to have all of the time in the world to get these 3s up.
The Lakers hit just 2 threes in that first half, quickly have 3. They hit 3 threes in that first half. They quickly have 3 here in this second half, 2 from Brandon Garland on back-to-back possessions. 15-10 to go, and the Bengals burn a timeout. We said at the break during half that this game had the ability to either be dragged in a little closer or the Lakers could really blow this one open if they can find their 3-point shot, and they certainly have. And it's really been all created by Liam Sanborn driving into the paint, kicking it out. Carey, Garland, they're just waiting for these shots, and the Bengals refuse to extend outside, and the Lakers are taking full advantage as they lead it by 18. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make. They were running that zone, and they're running their zone very high up. So Sanborn planted at the free throw line elbow spot, able to bring it in. And when he attacks the paint, everybody collapses, and that leaves everybody on the 3-point line wide open for the Lakers. So side in here for the Bengals. Jordan Christopher, who had 7 in that first half, back into the game for Buff State. Grayer up top finds Christopher. Looking down low for Milton, but he'll hang on to it and kick it back out to Sheldon Adams. Adams had that early 8, but he has still yet to score since. Driving in his right hand here, up against Tyler Pierre. The layup is up and in. Good play by Sheldon Adams.
And he was able to score because he drove right. The Lakers weren't able to contain him that time and drive him left. He drove right, he scored. When he drives left, he seems to have a little more inconsistency. So look for the Lakers to start doing that again.
Brandon Garland with a quick 13 now for the Lakers after those back-to-back threes. Buff State still in their zone. Here's Sanborn in the paint. kicks it out to Garland again. Couldn't get a good shot this time. Back out to Sanborn. Fakes the pass to Carey. Driving in with 10 on the shot clock. Garland with the floater. It'll rattle home. Brandon Garland with 8 in a row for Oswego, and the lead is back to 18, and Garland has 15. Here's Adams up top, trying to drive in with the left. Hesitates on the step back, finds Christopher driving in with the right-hand floater. Is good over Joe Sullivan. 14 minutes to go. It's a 16-point Laker advantage. Oswego still yet to lose here at Max Zeal. Still yet to lose in the conference, and they haven't lost in the state of New York. 2 losses coming down in Georgia after their winter break. Here's Sanborn driving in, kicks it out to Garland, another open 3. 11 in a row, no, this one no good. Pierre tipped it up, couldn't get it. Jordan Christopher comes down with it, and Sheldon Adams will bring it out for the Bengals. Skip pass over. Here's Holmes, a step back 3 right in front of Quinn Carey, no good. Good rebound by Jordan Christopher. Coach Leone not happy about that. Immediately gets a man, it's Alan Darudovic coming off the bench, and burning a timeout is Coach Leone, because Jordan Christopher just came in on 3 Lakers staring at the ball and tips in the rebound.
Yeah, you got to do a better job of boxing out. I know Tyler Pierre is a great offensive rebounder, and the Lakers have plenty of bodies to throw. They got to do a little more boxing out. They're up double digits, but when a team as good as lethal as Buffalo State is from behind the arc comes in and they're only down 14, that can be a quicker game to come back from if they all of a sudden catch fire. So offensive rebounds are still going to be key to maintaining this lead.
Buffalo State still with just 1 3-pointer in this game. 39% shooting team, tied for the best in the SUNYAC with Oswego. Oswego has stuck to that game. They're now 7 of 16 from behind the arc. They have 4 threes in this half. Buffalo State opting to keep driving to the basket. After the timeout, Darudovic is in. Joe Sullivan now on the bench. A full court press from Buff State, trailing by 14, and Liam Sanborn will break it without an issue.
Almost got a foul there. Almost a costly foul on Holmes.
Darudovic up top. Back to Garland, who swings it over to Sanborn, and here's Garland once again. Swings it over to Quinn Carey. Back to Garland. Back to Carey. He'll take a 3 with a hand right there, and as we know, it doesn't matter. It falls. Quinn Carey has another 3. He's got 11, and the Laker lead is 17.
I'm telling you, man, every time one of these Lakers hits a 3, my first thing to do is watch the Lakers bench. They are so much fun and so supportive of their teammates when they are doing well.
Kareem Holmes took a shot that didn't fall right out of the timeout. An offensive rebound for Milton right there, but he couldn't finish on his shot. Sanborn bringing it up the other way for the Lakers. Here's Garland. Still a zone for these Bengals. Garland up top, over to Sanborn. Looking into the corner for Pierre, it was kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with Oswego. Kay Grant will check back in, and so will Holloway. When Buff State beat Brockport on Tuesday night, Frederick led the way with 18, even though Dom Grayer had just 7. But with Grayer being held to 6 right now, nobody else pulling his load, and it's a 17-point advantage for the Lakers. Darudovic underneath. On the tip pass, he'll get it to fall on the floater.
Lucky tip pass. That one just floated in right in front of him. No defender underneath the basket, so he was able to just go up with that. But the Lakers are going to have to watch their passing lanes a little more carefully, excuse me.
Free basket for Darudovic underneath. It's now the biggest Lakers lead of the afternoon at 19. They continue to extend this one. 12 minutes to go in the game. Up top, here's Dom Grayer, guarded by Sanborn. Hand off to Holloway, guarded by Quinn Carey. Back to Grayer. Gets a screen to the left from Kay Grant. The pull-up free throw jumper almost hit the roof of the gym, and he got it to fall. So Grayer's back on the board. Darudovic will inbound here, almost trapping Brandon Garland, but a nice touch pass back to Darudovic. Long pass to Pierre, and the Lakers will break that press. Sanborn has Carey in the corner, will keep it in the paint, kick it out to Garland. He'll drive into the paint now with his left, looking for Pierre, and there's going to be a hold underneath. If it's on Kay Grant, which it is, it's his 4th.
See, what happens when the Lakers break that zone defense is it kind of becomes chaos for Buffalo State because now they have pieces moving all over. The Lakers know if someone's driving to the lane, one of their 2 guys that are in the paint tends to slide out. Usually that's Quinn Carey or Alan Darudovic because they got the better mid-range jumper 3-point shot than Tyler Pierre. So when you start seeing those guys slide out, Buffalo State's guys start moving and they lose track of their men, and that's why Oswego has such easy time scoring once they break that zone defense.
10 on the shot clock now for the Lakers. Darudovic underneath. Another easy gift of a basket. This one from Tyler Pierre. 4 in a row for Darudovic. He had a good night last night against Fredonia, and he's putting in a real good stint here off the bench in replace of Joe Sullivan. Sheldon Adams wants a long 2 with a foot on the line. No good. Rebound for Liam Sanborn. The Laker The Lakers' lead is 19, and they have the ball now with 11:10 to go in this one. Sanborn wants another three. He had room. Back rim no good. Long rebound again for Brandon Gartland. Picks up his dribble, looking for Quinn Carey. Intercepted by Sheldon Adams, and he'll have a free reign to slam it home on the fast break. Gartland knows he made a mistake there. Here's Carey. Back to Sanborn. Bengals will drop their press back. 61-44. Here's Pierre up top. Over to Darudovic, back to Sanborn. Guarded tightly by Holloway. Down to Pierre underneath. Spinning, left-hand layup, too easy. Ahmad Thomas tried to defend him, and he couldn't in replace of K. Grant. So Pierre's in double digits now. He's got 10.
One improvement to notice from Tyler Pierre is last year we often talked about when he would go up with it. Looked like a clean block from here, but they're going to call the foul. One of the things we saw last year we commented on a lot was Tyler Pierre, whenever he'd go up with his shot, he always seemed to go up a bit too hard, and it would result in bounces off the iron and awkward shots that didn't always fall. This year, his improvement has been in that touch. When he goes up now, he's so good at utilizing the backboard and maneuvering himself so that he gets the edge over his opponents to get his shots to fall. Really a great improvement from last year to this.
The foul was either on Darudovic or Pierre. As you mentioned, it did look like a block, but the refs blew it dead. Sheldon Adams at the line for two. Hit his first free throw, 73% free throw shooter on the season. His second one good as well, so Adams has 14 to lead the way for Buffalo State. Tim Marshall back into the game for Quinn Carey. Marshall was in for a quick minute in that first half when he picked up two quick fouls. Sanborn guarded so tightly by Holloway. Buffalo State wants a couple push-offs. They're not going to get it. Sanborn now backing in on Holloway. Goes up for the floater. Got a piece on defense. Still grabbed here. Loose ball by Sanborn. Goes back up to the rim, and he's fouled. He had gone up for the original shot. It was deflected. Saved by Buffalo State, but right back to Sanborn, and he went right back to the rim, and he'll go to the line looking for points number 19 and 20.
Yeah, Buffalo State are looking for some push-offs, but they're not getting them because Sanborn's really not pushing off. He's putting his arm up to create space, but there's really no shoving. He's just keeping his arm up. He's keeping the space, and other players are bouncing off of him. That's not a foul. That's a flop.
That's Raniak Holloway all over Liam Sanborn. He was in the first half as well, but he's still yet to get one of those calls. Tyler Pierre will take a seat. Louis Padula will come in as Sanborn misses his first free throw. Second one. The second one falls. Sanborn now 6 of 9 here from the line this afternoon. It's an 18-point Laker lead, under 10 to go in this. Marshall guarding Holloway. Here's Grayer up top, guarded by Sanborn. Got a screen, feeds it to Ahmad Thomas underneath. His shot looked like maybe a deflection by Garland, and then a diving stop to keep it in to Liam Sanborn. Sanborn crossing half court, guarded by Holloway. Let's see if the refs start to give a call for either side. Sanborn still working right on him. Gets a screen to the right from Garland. Driving in with his right now. Kicks it out to Tim Marshall. He'll take a contested three. No good. And a rebound for Ahmad Thomas. Coming the other way quickly is Jordan Christopher. Driving in. All sorts of pressure. And really out of control. 3 guys around him. Should have been a jump ball, but the refs are going to call a foul. Coach Leone has his hands up. It's going to be 2 shots for Christopher.
Yeah, it looked like a jump ball up here. He definitely had the defenses on him. He was definitely plowing right into the heart of the defense. But, you know, Darudovic got that hand up top, and it looked like he corralled it just enough where a jump ball could have been called, but maybe there was contact we didn't see on the other side.
Christopher sinks that free throw to cut the Laker lead down to 17. For the first time today, Liam Sanborn's going to take a breather. Coach Leone noticing that Sanborn maybe a little too much pressure from Holloway and needs a breather. Bo Sarica replaces him. It's going to be interesting to see if it's Garland or Sarica handling the point, but if it's Holloway guarding Sarica, that could be some issues because Holloway was harassing Liam Sanborn. Lakers get it over. It's Garland with the ball. A screen to the right by Alan Darudovic. Now to the left from Darudovic. Underneath, here's Fadulo. He's guarded by Ahmad Thomas. Pivots, looking for Marshall. Still got it. And here's Garland. Under 10 on the shot clock. He'll take a contested three. It's good.
What a shot. Excellent court awareness right there from Fadulo, too. Not giving up the ball. He had guys all over him. Was able to wait and find Brandon Garland. Brandon Garland, what a shot with people all over him. I mean, he has just been spectacular today.
Amazing second half from Brandon Garland as Raniak Holloway can't get his shot to go. Fadulo on the other end looking for Darudovic. His pass was deflected and taken by the Bengals. Adams wide open. Jordan Christopher underneath. Up and under. Coach Leone not going to like that transition defense. It's a 17-point game. 8:20 to go in this one now. Garland will bring it up. The screen from Darudovic. Garland guarded by Grayer, now guarded by Christopher. Picks up his dribble at the top, finds Bo Sarica. Darudovic trying to post up on Thomas. Sarica stays with it. The pick to the right. Hesitation, going in with his right hand, finds Tim Marshall in the corner. Underneath, it's Badulo. He's going to get bumped and a foul. He'll go to line for two. It's on Jordan Christopher, the 5th foul for Buffalo State.
Both teams have done a good job of staying out of foul trouble today. It's kind of easy to get into foul trouble when you have players driving inside like we have on both sides today. And neither team really initiating a whole lot of contact on either end, and it's been a pretty clean game so far. A couple of questionable calls, but other than that, not a whole lot of foul trouble on either side.
Fadulo 1 for 5 on the season from the free throw line. Misses his first, gets his second to fall, so Fadulo's on the board. 68-50, 8 minutes to go. Lakers look to be well on their way to an 11-0 conference record if they can hang on here. Jordan Christopher driving in on Alan Darudovic, turns, almost lost that pivot foot, but the refs don't call it. Sheldon Adams up top now, guarded by Brandon Garland. Gets a screen to the left, driving into the free throw line now. Goes up with his right hand strong, couldn't get it to fall off the glass. An offensive rebound for Ahmad Thomas. He's fouled going back up. Shot doesn't go, but he'll go to the line for two. And it's on Tim Marshall. It'll be his third. Coach Leone really upset because the offensive rebounds have been very much an advantage for Buffalo State. We saw Potsdam do it on Tuesday night, and that was the reason that they were able to stay so tight in that game. Thomas sinks his first free throw at the line. Now 9 offensive rebounds for the Bengals compared to just 6 for the Lakers. Second free throw for Thomas also goes. And it's a 16-point game as Thomas will take a seat. Ramovich will take over for him. Full court press still on for Buff State. Brandon Garland will take it in from Darudovic. Sheldon Adams guarding Garland as he'll bring it up the court. Gets a little help, but he'll bring it over to half court now. Still man-to-man for the Bengals. Garland will find Darudovic at the elbow. Spinning on Christopher, driving in, puts up that right-hand shot. Off the glass, no good. Rebound Sheldon Adams. And the Bengals can really make this one interesting here with a basket on this possession. Adams with the left will kick it over. Here's Holloway driving in on Sarica, crosses him over behind the back, goes to the rim. He'll go to the line after the foul by Bo Sarica. And a much-needed substitution as Liam Sanborn will come in. So will Quinn Carey, and so will Joe Sullivan. Coach Leone has had enough of his bench, and he's going to get the starters back in as Pierre will follow those three.
They'll likely finish out this game as they look to hold out strong. Good thing, too. You know, last night, like we mentioned before, they really did get some rest against the Blue Devils in a game that the Lakers just controlled really right from the tip, even though they faced that 4-0 deficit earlier. They really controlled that game. And this game, it's been much of the same. Not as big of a lead, but they've definitely controlled the tempo of this game. When the Lakers have slowed down, this game has slowed down. And when they've sped it up, Buffalo State has matched them and sped up. Just they've been really struggling to match the effectiveness that the Lakers have at both ends of the floor.
Holloway, an 88% free throw shooter, misses both. So all starters back in now for Oswego, looking to put this game on ice with 7 minutes to go. It's a 16-point advantage. Sullivan up top, back to Sanborn. They're going to get an off-the-ball foul on Radiak Holloway. Him and Sanborn have been going back and forth all afternoon. It's a 6th foul on the Bengals, so now both teams are in the bonus for the final 6:52.
You know, we talk about how much Liam Sanborn can do and the amount of faith that Coach Leone has to have for putting him in. But the level of composure he has, when you have someone like Holloway who's on him, who just fouled him again, when you have someone harassing you and being all over you, it's tough to not get frustrated. It's tough to not let your emotions get the best of you and react and give yourself costly troubles. And he's just maintained his composure, and it's incredible to see as he's only a sophomore. He still has 2 years of eligibility left.
Holloway fouled Sanborn when they were trying to inbound that ball, but Liam can't hit the first of the 1-and-1. Back to the Bengals. Dom Grayer will take a 3 and hit it. The leading scorer for the Bengals has been mostly silent tonight. It's not that the Lakers are shutting him down per se, but he just hasn't really taken a lot of shots. On the other end, Sanborn coast to coast, hit the deck, tossed up the ball, saved by K. Grant. The lead is 13 out of nowhere with 6.5 to go. They have Grayer on the wing. He's going to go to the basket. Easy layup, fouled by Pierre, can't finish the hoop. And Coach Leone needs a much-needed timeout because the Bengals are making a strong push here, trailing by just 13 with 6:24 to go.
The Lakers are going to need to talk this one over. They're looking maybe looking a little tired out there. Buffalo State keeps coming at them, and they're looking like they're content with this 13-point lead. There's still 6 minutes left. That 13-point lead can disappear quickly if they become content with what they're doing.
What could work out in the favor of Buffalo State is the free throw shooting for the Lakers. They've taken a ton tonight, but the other night against Potsdam, the Lakers were just simply unable to close that game out due to free throws at the end. They let Potsdam get right back in it, and that's why it was only a 2-point victory for the Lakers. We saw Sanborn just miss that front end of the 1-and-1, and then immediately Buffalo State comes the other way. And Grayer gets the foul call. It's going to be big as keeping Dom Grayer from not going off here. He's got that quick 3, and now he's going to go back to the line for 2 free throws. So if he starts to feel good and get going, we could have a close one.
Especially if Buffalo State starts hitting more threes. They've only hit 2 3-pointers tonight out of the 8 they've attempted. Oswego's hit 9. They've made more 3-pointers, than Buffalo State has even attempted. They've attempted 20. If Buffalo State starts jacking them up and then he starts hitting them, then the Lakers could be in trouble. There's still plenty of time in this game for anything to happen. They got to step up on defense. They got to start using that first-place defense in the SUNYAC for the 3-point range, or else this Buffalo State team really can come right back into it.
Dom Grayer hits his first free throw, 68% on the season to give him 12. The Bengals have taken 17 more field goals than the Lakers, which is crazy, as Grayer hits the second one as well, but the Lakers lead this one now by 11. It's just a 20-point game minutes ago. The Bengals making a push here with 6:20 to go. Sanborn will bring it up. K. Grant guarding Tyler Pierre as Pierre backs in on the elbow. Here's Joe Sullivan up top. Looking for Garland, didn't get there. Sullivan driving in with the left. Spins, goes to Pierre, tipped out of bounds. K. Grant playing with 4 fouls. He's been the best guy guarding Tyler Pierre tonight, but one more will end his afternoon. Sullivan underneath, 15 on the shot clock. Gets it into Pierre, almost grabbed right there by Grant. Sullivan now with the left. Guarded by Ramovich, puts his head down, foul called, and they're going to say it's on the floor, but it will still be a 1-and-1 for Joe Sullivan.
Joe Sullivan's a big body. He's tough to defend. When he puts his head down like that, there's really no other call there. You kind of got to initiate the contact, or else he's going to go right up with it. And he's someone who you can put both arms draped over him. If he has enough momentum going up, he's going to break that drape pretty easily and get that shot up. So making him earn those 2 points is maybe the better call there. Get into a little more foul trouble and, let him earn his points. Don't let him just go up with it.
Lakers 13 of 21 on the afternoon from the line. But after 14 and 15 for Joe Sullivan, to extend the Laker lead to 13 now with 6 minutes to go. Sullivan has 6 for the Lakers. Here's Dom Grayer up top for the Bengals, guarded by Sanborn. Grayer looking to take over. He scored a quick 5. Puts up a 2-handed floater. It'll rattle around but not go down. Offensive rebound again by the Bengals. But a wild shot by K. Grant doesn't go. Rebound Liam Sanborn. Sanborn guarded tightly by Holloway. Bounce pass to Pierre. Here's Gartland up top, looking for Sanborn. Holloway still all over him. Sanborn driving with the right, goes up with the layup, rattles home. Liam Sanborn with a new career high 21. Big basket right there. The lead is back to 15. The Lakers had it extended up to 20, and then the Bengals cut it down to 11. But the starters for the Lakers looking to finish this one off. Sheldon Adams wants a 3. Got it to rattle home. It won't die. 5:10 to go in this one now. Garland was right there in Adams' face, and it didn't matter.
They got him shook a little bit. He used a little shutter step, and Garland fell back just a hair, and that was enough separation for Adams to go right up and cash that 3. So got to watch that little stutter step.
And now Joe Sullivan on the other end, just way too big for Dylan Ramovich. Goes right to the rim and lays it home. It's a 14-point game. Holloway on the step back, almost pulled up but didn't. Here's Sheldon Adams. Adams now with 17 after that 3, driving in with the right. Goes up against Tyler Pierre. His shot off the backboard, no good. And we're going to get a foul called on Joe Sullivan underneath for a hold. And it'll be a 1-and-1. Not sure who the shooter is, but Darudovic is going to come in and replace Sullivan. Darudovic has had a couple really good games as of late. Sullivan has struggled at least last night and today. And Drudovic has put in some real good minutes for the Lakers. Kay Grant will be the man shooting for the Bengals at the line. Grant just a 61% free throw shooter. One and one here in this 14-point game. This first one rattles home. This is a Bengals team, averages 83 points a game. Held to just 61 now with 4:40 to go. Second free throw for Grant. That one hits the back rim. Rebound for Tyler Pierre. Pierre's 7th rebound of the afternoon. It's a 13-point game, 4.5 to go. Sanborn will bring it up. Guarded by Holloway. Finds Drudovic up top, looking for Pierre down low. Drudovic now driving with his right hand. Goes up with the right. It was blocked, but grabbed right there by Tyler Pierre. Shot clock didn't reset. That's Jordan Christopher who got the block. Sanborn will get a screen from Pierre with 10 on the shot clock. Sanborn under 5 on the shot clock now. Spins on Grant and hits the fadeaway too. 23 for Liam Sanborn. Grayer coming on the other end, guarded by Sanborn. Here's Grant down low, guarded by Pierre. Goes up strong, no foul called. Pierre got a piece of it to send it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bengals. And the Lakers are maybe a stop and a shot away from putting the dagger in this one. 4:01 to go. Underneath it's Holloway inbounding for Buff State. Long pass outside to Dom Grayer. Leading scorer for the Bengals has 13 here tonight. Adams gets a screen from Grant. Wanted a 3, but Sanborn came over to help. Here's Holloway on a high arcing shot. No good, hitting nothing. Garland the rebound. Bump from behind. He'll go to the line for 2. There will still be an and 1, Jordan Christopher got him from behind. It looked like before that when Garland went up to grab the ball, he got poked in the eye. The refs didn't see that, but they saw the hit after. So Garland will get 1 and 1. Brandon has 18 here. It's been a huge second half for Garland. He had just 6 at the half and then came out, hit a couple of those threes. Started to feel good. Kareem Holmes will check back in for Riniak Holloway. Free throws are going to be big for the Lakers here, rounding this one out. Garland hits the back rim, can't get it to go. It's been an issue for the Lakers, just 67%, probably their weakest part of their game. Adams on the other end, driving to his left, finds Grant underneath, the foul by Carey, and 1. Just way too light of a foul by Quinn Carey. And in seconds, Garland misses his free throw, and Grant will go to the line for a 3-point play.
Coach Leon's reactions when he's not a huge fan of a call is sometimes funny to watch. He often reacts and will walk away, holding his hands up. That's what he did there. Didn't like the call.
Bengals 12 of 16 at the free throw line. Grant will get this one halfway down, but stays out. Drudovic a big rebound. Sanborn got it. Just barely stayed in bounds. Found Garland, and now back to Sanborn crossing half court. Sanborn, the bounce pass here to Tyler Pierre. Back to Drudovic up top. 3:20 to go in this one. Lakers lead it by 13. Looking to stay perfect in the conference and at Max Zeal this season. Pierre and Grant battling down low. Sanborn looking for him. 5 on the shot clock. Sanborn driving in. Step back. Crossover. Pulls up for 2, but he left it short. Tipped by Adams. Grabbed by Pierre. But Pierre's foot was out of bounds. It'll go back to the Bengals. 3 minutes to go now.
Buffalo State, this is a possession they need to score on if they hope to bring this back. They're trailing 13 with exactly 3 left. This is a possession they need to score on.
Here's the man they need it with. Dom Grayer wants a 3, but he left it just a little too short. And an easy rebound for Drudovic. Handoff to Sanborn. He'll walk it up. 2:45 to go. Garland here, being guarded by Grayer. Look, good pass to Carey. Got a little space. Took the 3, but he left it short. Would have been huge for the Lakers. So both teams missing big 3s on back-to-back possessions. Here's Adams the other way. Gets a screen. Pulls up for a long 2. Got hit and 1 from the free throw line. Sheldon Adams with a chance to make it a 10-point game.
Coach Leon's not happy. That's not what you want to see. Easy giveaway fouls like that you don't want to see. It's an extra point that isn't necessary. Now they're looking at facing only a 10-point deficit instead of a 13. That takes a whole possession right off. So, it's a costly foul for the Lakers in some time when they really are not going to want to see a lot of those costly fouls.
Both teams now in the double bonus for the remainder of this one. 2:25 to go. Sheldon Adams can't get the free throw to go. Big rebound for Darudovic. Falling out of bounds, was still able to find Quinn Carey. Sanborn back to Carey, still in the backcourt. Got to get it across, they do. Darudovic here right near midcourt. We'll go to Liam Sanborn, and he'll reset as always for the Lakers. A big miss at the line right there by Adams. He's got a team-high 19. Sanborn with a screen to the right by Tyler Pierre. Driving in now. Still driving. Spins. Looking outside. Finds Brandon Gartland. Shot clock at 3. Gartland with the left. Pulls up for 2. No good. Darudovic on the offensive glass. They're going to blow it dead for an over the back. And it'll go back to the Bengals.
Wow.
Shot clock ran down. It was really started that possession was the full court press by the Bengals. They took about 10 seconds off before the Lakers could really even do anything. And then Garland had to take a last-second shot for 2. Didn't hit anything, and Darudovic jumped over Jordan Christopher, who now gets 2 free throws at the line. His first is good. It's a 10-point game with 1:55 to go. This one looked like it was all but over. The Bengals had kind of just stopped playing about 10 minutes ago, and then out of nowhere now it's a 10-point game. 1:55 left. Christopher's second is good. And it's a single-digit ball game. Full court press still on, and they're going to get a bad foul called on Kareem Holmes, and Liam Sanborn will get 2 shots.
Some costly fouls here on both sides. These aren't free throws you want to see. You want the clock, especially for the Lakers, you want the clock to run. You want to be taking off as much time as possible here. And for the Bengals, you don't want to be fouling. You don't want easy points on the board. And Sanborn's a good free throw shooter, or decent free throw shooter, excuse me.
Left that one well short. Sanborn, you can tell, is maybe a little tired. This is the 3rd Lakers game of the week. They'll have another one Tuesday. It'll be 4 in 7 days. That game Tuesday was originally supposed to be last Saturday and postponed to weather. Sanborn's second free throw rattles home. It's a 10-point game. Timeout, Coach Leone. And a game all of a sudden where they had most of their bench players in, now relying heavily on starters to finish this thing off. 1:55 remaining. It's a 10-point game. And the Lakers are just 16 of 25 at the line. The crazy stat is the Bengals have taken 20 more field goals than the Lakers. Obviously, the Lakers have been living at the free throw line, but the Bengals still with 20 of their own free throws. So Buffalo State has just been attacking the offensive glass. They have 13 offensive rebounds, and it's been huge. Bengals just 3 of 10 from behind the arc, a team shooting 39%. Even if they get a couple more of those to go, this is a one-possession game, but for now it's a 10-point advantage for the Lakers. Sanborn continues to spread out his career high. He set a new one on Tuesday night with 20. He's got 24 this afternoon. 7 of 12 from the free throw line. 7 of 13 shooting overall, including 3 triples.
Yeah, Liam Sanborn has just been incredibly fun to watch. Well, just from the start of last year all the way until now, his pose, the amount of confidence not only Leone has in him, but the rest of this Lakers team to lead them. He has just been so much fun to watch, and he's easily one of their most lethal weapons on this team. So he's going to be someone to watch. If this Lakers team really can make a deep postseason run, it's going to be because of the leadership that young sophomore decides to show. It's going to be a big part of it.
Here we go, 1:50 left. 10-point game, big possession here for the Bengals. Jordan Christopher with a sneaky 17 for Buffalo State. Sheldon Adams leading the way with their leading scorer on the season. Dom Grayer has it here. Lost the ball underneath. Taken by Sanborn. And right out of the timeout, a steal that could potentially end this one. Sanborn will be able to kill about 20 seconds off the clock. 90 seconds to go. Here's Gartland up top. Looking back to Sanborn. Got him. Swinging to his right. A foul called on Holmes. Didn't like it. Sanborn will get 2 more free throws. He's been living at the line this afternoon. Bengals bench not happy at all with that call. Sanborn was just swinging the ball through.
Well, contact's contact, man. This is a no-contact sport, and the refs are meant to call contact. There's not much Buffalo State can do there.
Sanborn hits the free throw, his 8th. 25 now for Liam. Oswego had to battle back the first time these two met. They put up 49 in the second half as Sanborn sinks the second. They put up 49 in the second half to win that game by 6. They lead this one by 12 with 1:27 to go. Buffalo will pick up the ball at midcourt. Sheldon Adams here. He's got 19. Driving in with his right hand on Tyler Pierre. Wanted the layup. Nobody contested it, and he just straight up missed it. And that might do it here. 1:15 to go.
They have the time to run this one now. Lakers are probably going to take this one unless Buffalo State just decides to go haywire here.
Sullivan drives with his right, goes to the rim, couldn't finish on the layup. Surprised they didn't take more time off the clock there, but on the other end, here's Kareem Holmes. Kicks it out to Sheldon Adams, gets the screen from Grant, takes a contested 3, got it. And a timeout for Buffalo State, the lead back to 9 with 57 seconds to go. Sheldon Adams has 22 to lead the way for the Bengals, a guy who averages 16 a game. Him and Dom Grayer, the dynamic duo for this Buffalo State team. Jordan Christopher has helped out with 17, a guy in Christopher who averages just 6 a game, but having a great night here. Buffalo State still won't just go away. Quinn Carey, the leading scorer for the Lakers on the season with just 11. We've seen him go off the past couple games. 16 yesterday in limited time. 15 on Tuesday night, but the first time these two met, Carey had 26, including 7 threes. He's been held in check here tonight. Tyler Pierre had that early 8 for the Lakers. He scored 8 of the first 11. He's had just 2 points since. The Lakers have so many weapons this season that it doesn't matter because there's always somebody going off, it seems, for them. And it's been Liam Sanborn here this afternoon and Brandon Gartland with a monster second half.
Liam Sanborn's looking at ending this game 50, 70, and 60. 53% from the field, 75% from 3 on 3 or 4 shooting, and 64% from the free throw line. Those are numbers to sneer at. This is a kid who is really going to lead this team over the next 2 years, and this Lakers team has some depth to it, as we've mentioned before. So this team looks to be in some pretty good hands moving forward. Not only this year, but just with the future of the team. It looks for the next 2 years, their team is going to be under some great leadership.
Sullivan on the inbounds pass here with the press. Garland trapped in the corner, tried to bounce it out. It goes right to Quinn Carey, who finds Liam Sanborn. That's just the way it goes for the Lakers this season. A foul on Sanborn by Adams. Garland was trying to just throw it off of a Bengals foot to put it out of bounds, and it bounces right into the hands of Quinn Carey.
Can't ask for much more than that on a play like that. You know you have a chance of stumbling out of bounds. You try to save it, and instead of saving it, you reward your team with a chance of putting more points on the board.
Sanborn at the line for 2 more, 49 seconds to go, and he makes it 27 points this afternoon.
What do you think? You think he hits 30?
He hits this, and he'll probably get fouled again. It's a 10-point game now. Second free throw for Sanborn off the rim, no good, so he's at 27. Quickly the other way, here's Jordan Christopher. Goes right to the rim and lays it in. That's too easy of defense in a matter of 7 seconds. Buffalo State's back on the board. Quick inbounds pass to a wide open Quinn Carey, who breaks the press himself. We'll see if Buffalo State still fouls. They do. It'll be on Sheldon Adams. 80-72 the lead right now, 39 seconds. The Bengals just racking fouls up here in the second half. Carey will go to the line now for 2 of his own.
I don't know if Adams intended to foul there. It looked like he kind of looked at the ref like he wasn't trying to foul. Looked like he was trying to maybe force a quick turnover instead, but I don't know why. The fouling made more sense, trying to take time off.
Carey has just 11, maker 12 as he hits his first free throw. His first free throw of the afternoon, 83% on the season, but not a guy who goes to the line a lot because he doesn't take a lot of 2s. Second for Carey to make it a 10-point game. No good off the back rim. Rebound for Kay Grant. 35 seconds, 9-point game. Sheldon Adams coming up. Gets a screen from Grant. Takes up a 3 with 3 hands in his face. Left it short. A defensive rebound for Joe Sullivan. We'll see if Buffalo State calls off the Dogs. It looks like they will. Brandon Gartland now at half. No fouls. Shot clock should be turned off. It's less than the game clock, and that is just about going to wrap things up this afternoon. Oswego gets win number 16 to go to 16-2. They continue to hold a stranglehold on the first place in the SUNYAC Conference. Buffalo State falls to 4-13, and the Lakers are now 11 as the final buzzer sounds. They're 12-0 here at Maxfield Gymnasium. The final score, Oswego 81 and Buffalo State 72, led by Liam Sanborn.
Yeah, it looks the Lakers are going to be looking to face New Paltz up next, and that was the team that started us on this win streak. We lost to Denison University, as you mentioned, down in Georgia. We came back here and we blew out New Paltz 86-56. So, you know, that started the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is now 7 games in a row for the Lakers. This is a 7-game win streak. Last game was decided by double digits. This one back down to single digits, but a decisive victory nonetheless. So we'll look how it carries into New Paltz at New Paltz on Tuesday.
At New Paltz Tuesday, a team that they were able to handle very easily the first time they met, and then Oswego back here home. Next Saturday, they'll take on Cortland at 4 p.m. A good Cortland team, a team that always gives them a good game, but the Lakers are well on their way now, 16-2, 11-0. They extend their conference lead to 3.5 games in first place, depending on what their teams do behind them here tonight. And the Lakers, if they can hold on for first, they'll be able to host the SUNYACs here at Maxfield Gymnasium, where, once again, they're undefeated this season.
And that's an excellent home court advantage. It's really not stated enough in basketball how important that is. The fans here tonight, you know, they get in the head, and they really help the players out. They really help them not get inside their own head and question their own judgment. So having it at home, especially in the tournament, that's going to be a huge advantage for these Lakers. You mentioned they're unbeaten here, so if they can keep this up, this hot streak rolling, they got a couple opponents coming up that they've beaten before, and they can definitely beat again. They keep up this hot streak. We're looking at entering the SUNYAC tournament with quite a hot start.
Sanborn led the way with 27, a new career high for Liam. He was just outstanding today, 10 of 16 from the free throw line. He had 3 triples to go along with his day. 18 from Brandon Gartland as well, as he went 6 of 13, and he had 3 triples. Also 12 from Quinn Carey. Wasn't himself from behind the arc, but didn't have a lot of shots to take, and the Lakers were able to corral the big guy for Dom Grayer for the Bengals, but Sheldon Adams, the second leading scorer for Buffalo, still finishes with 22, and Jordan Christopher had 19. Not much more to say. Another dominant effort from Buffalo State. They really handled the second half well after that 7-point halftime lead, and they'll get New Paltz on Tuesday at New Paltz. That just about does it. Be sure to stay on WNYO's Stream 1 for tonight's 7 o'clock hockey matchup, as Oswego will be taking on Morrisville right here in Oswego, so stay right with us. Don't go anywhere. That's 7 o'clock puck drop, and then we'll have plenty of pregame coverage for that as well. But that just about does it for us from Maxfield Gymnasium. For Derek Hempstead, I'm Brian Carroll. The Lakers win at 81-72. Thanks for listening to men's basketball here on WNYO, the Laker Radio Network.
Just go to like the secondary stream, or